Hello, dear students. I am less frequent in these days due to my accident. I suffered from a fracture and undergone a surgery with fixation of plate and screw. Here, this is unique rotational mechanics problem, a very challenging one and very long solution. Now, let us come to the question. Question is a horizontal uniform rigid straight thin rod of length L and mass m is kept radially on upper horizontal surface of rigid rough disc which is in pure rotation about a fixed vertical axis from disc center with constant angular velocity omega. A horizontal force F is applied on rod perpendicular to its length on end away from disc center to cause scale to slide on disc. If coefficient of friction on rod and disc is mu and scale center is at distance r from disc center, then find acceleration of end of scale on which force is applied at instant rod starts to slide. This is our question. Here during sliding, just start of the motion we have to find. Please pause video and try from your side at least once before seeing the solution by me. Okay, and here don't think any shortcut. You have to think with standard method. Yes, that method is lengthy. I hope you have taken the pause. Now I am coming to the solution. If you are not able to solve or if you have solved, try to match your question solution. And here I am taking, let clockwise rotation is there and rod is shown with center C and disc center is O. On rod, horizontal force perpendicular to rod is applied on right end F. In this case, direction of friction will vary along length. Okay, how it is there I will tell of rod. So as resultant of applied force, friction and reaction force by neighboring element exactly provides needed tangential and centripetal acceleration for that element to perform combined motion with respect to disk and circular motion of disk about its center. What is meaning of combined motion? Means rotation plus translation. With respect to this, let us find nature of the motion of a rod without friction. First of all, consider without friction, and in vertical without any condition n is equal to mg. Let us come to the next page. Here to consider without friction, I have to take length element dx of thickness dx at distance x from the center. Along length of rod we have taken x axis and perpendicular bisector is along y axis. Since with respect to disk fx is equal to, that is integration of centrifugal force on element, that is equal to how much, dm omega square r plus x. For x lying between minus L by 2 to plus L by 2, on integrating we are getting fx is equal to m omega square r, that is equal to mass into acceleration along x-axis, and hence acceleration along x-axis is omega square r. Further, unbalanced force along y-axis F is equal to ma y dash and a y dash is F by m. Now let us write torque equation about center of mass, that is F L by 2, that is torque, that is I alpha, I is ml square by 12. It will give us angular acceleration alpha is 6f by ml. Thus acceleration of rod at x, 0, is a is equal to axi plus ayj. Listen, what is this ayj? It is equal to omega square I cap plus ay is equal to nothing but ay dash plus alpha x, and it is equal to omega square r I cap plus f by m into 1 plus 6x by l j cap. That is acceleration is equal to f by m. Here we can write acceleration is equal to f by m multiplied by m omega square r by f whole square plus 1 plus 6x by l whole square. That is magnitude is equal to f by m beta square plus 1 plus 6x by l whole square, where beta is a positive constant, m omega square r by f. Here direction of friction will be in opposite of a with respect to disk. You can see the free body diagram on which I have got all this calculation. Now let us come to the next page. Let's come to the direction at any point. What is the acceleration angle with positive x-axis is tan theta is equal to ay by ax, where theta is that angle. of the direction of acceleration with positive x-axis. Therefore, with respect to ground, without friction we have yet discussed. Now let us come to the net force is friction itself. Fx, that is net force along x-axis, is dfx integration, that is equal to mu dn cos theta integration, that is equal to mu dn cos theta is ax by a. From tan theta we are going to get it is equal to mu mg by l into dx into x by a, and integrating within limit of minus L by 2 to plus L by 2 for x variable, we are getting fx is equal to nothing but mu mg beta by 6 log eta, where beta already we have discussed positive constant, and eta is equal to beta square plus 16 square root plus 4 divided by root over beta square plus 16 minus 2. Now fy, that is y component of friction, that is dfy integration, that is mu dn sin theta integration, that is equal to mu dn sin theta. From tan theta we are getting ay by a, and integration is integrating mu mg by l ay by a dx, we are going to get mu mg by 6 multiply root over beta square plus 16 minus beta square by 4, and hence unbalanced force equation along y axis will be F minus Fy is equal to MAy, and Ay we are going to get A by M minus mu G by 6 root over beta square plus 16 minus root over beta square plus 4. Now let us come to the next page. About center of mass, torque is equal to Fl by 2 plus integration of torque of friction, that is dFy x integration. Then it is I alpha is equal to Fl by 2 plus dFy x integration, and moment of inertia is ml square by 12 about center of mass. Then it will we are going to get alpha after integration, that is equal to 6f by ml minus 2 mu g by 3l multiply root over beta square plus 16 plus root over beta square plus 4 minus beta square by 2 log eta. Beta and eta we have already discussed, and acceleration along x-axis for point on which force is applied, that is p, apx is equal to nothing but acceleration of center of mass ax, that is fx by m, that is equal to mu g beta by 6 log eta. It is along negative x-axis, and same along y-axis of point P on which force is applied, acceleration apy is equal to ay minus alpha l by 2, it is nothing but 2f by m minus mu g by 6 root over beta square plus 16 plus 5 root over beta square plus 4 minus beta square log eta along negative y-axis. Therefore, acceleration of p is root over apx square plus apy square root. That is our answer. I am not substituting the values as answer is very long. Now this is a very long question. I have skipped the integration process and I have used symbol as positive constant beta and eta, and here it is tough question solution. Hope you have liked. So please like, subscribe and share as frequently. I will share concept rich content in physics, and all the best for upcoming examination, the students and all the IIT JEE aspirants, Olympiad aspirants, KVPY aspirants or other entrance aspirants. Please like, subscribe and share to your friends also. Thank you very much.